Hello and welcome to How to Eat Chocolate. My name is Ronald Hughes. This channel is dedicated to trying to help people to improve the lot they live, the life that you're in. And the idea is that many of us don't stop to smell the roses along the way or how to eat chocolate. Today I want to talk to you about stress and stress management. As I recently attended someone's stress management lecture and found that it sadly lacked the components that were important that people need to care about stress, and thought I would cover it myself. So here we are. First off, stress. A lot of people address stress with different words, but it also indicates different levels of stress. We have worry, which is when an occasional event transpires and we start to think about it and we stress. Secondly, we have anxiety, when it's a little bit more persistent in the fact that anxiety works to the point that it bothers us regularly and may even wake us up at night with dreams. And then we have stressed. Stressed is when there's a constant position where you feel like there's a cloud over your head. And a lot of people today are suffering from being stressed. The reason being is they're in a position where they can neither run away from their problem or they can't handle them. They can't do anything about it. They're in a position where there's no relief. Stress is actually scientifically looked at by a lot of people as the inability to create fight or flight. It's when our brain is presented with a death scenario or a disaster scenario or something that's going to give us some sort. And what it does is the brain decides that it should react by giving us the power to get out of the situation. It pumps us up for it. And it releases some enzymes into the blood system, adrenaline, endorphin, and cortisol into the blood system. I didn't pronounce that right. Cortisol, I think is how it's said, into the blood system. Cortisol is an interesting one, but we'll go adrenaline first. Adrenaline pumps up the body system. Get your muscles to swell in size, just giving you more power when you run or fight in situations where you're attacked by an animal. Endorphins. The interesting thing is that if we were to react to every little bite or hit that we got from someone else in a fight, then we probably wouldn't do very well in the fight. So we have endorphins, which are the world's greatest painkiller. And then we have cortisol. And cortisol is an interesting one because its job, its function, is to make sure that blood is rerouted from the major organs in your body to your muscles so that you can run or fight. Interestingly enough, one of the major organs in your body that blood is rerouted away from is one of the two functioning brains that all humans carry. Many people don't know the fact that we have two separate and very different working brains. We have a brain that stopped developing about 500,000 years ago or 20 million years ago, don't know, as the main brain, and that was called the limbic system, or a lot of people refer to it as the reptilian brain now. The other one's called the neocrotex. It's the brain that formed up on top. And that's the brain that we use for analytical things, the lives we live these days, and about positioning ourselves in a better place so that we can enjoy more of it. Problem is that stress takes place in the limbic system. It releases adrenaline, endorphins, and cortisol into the blood system, and cortisol turns off the major organs, including the neocortex. Most of us, when stressed, have the inability to think straight. We can't imagine ourselves out of a situation. And human beings are really reliant on our one true skill, which is our imagination. If we can't imagine, then we often find things stressful. These days, if you have no job and no prospect of getting a job, you have what is a slightly different type of stress. Whereas normal stress is under a limited situation where something comes out at you and threatens you. If you're suffering the conditions of a drought, what happens is that the human being becomes very unhappy and has to do something about it to the point that they move. And this innate ability of our brain to condition us to take greater steps, go further afield, is now being countered in modern society. Our inability to run away from the situation of not being employed or not having good opportunities leads to another level of stress, which is depression. And depression can be very dangerous for all of us. First and foremost, some of the things that you can do to actually manage stress, and there are a bunch of techniques. One thing I would remind you of is that enzymes are non-water soluble, and they need to leave your body through your muscles. And the interesting thing is that a lot of people get sick because of stress, because of the fact that the inability to move, to run, we can't fight. In modern society, what happens to a lot of people when they get stressed is they just go deer-eyed and stand in front of their boss or in a situation and don't do anything at all. You get adrenaline, endorphins, and cortisol running around your body, and they're going to consistently stay there until such time as they burn in muscle. Now, the biggest muscle in your body is gluteus maximus, it's your ass. If you utilize the big muscles in your body and work out, you'll relieve some of that. A lot of people feel a lot better by walking. And you see a lot of people walking to get rid of stress. You see a lot of people working out. Be careful that you don't sit still and do nothing. Because if you do, it'll go to your heart and your digestive system. And those places aren't good to be burning them. Secondly, if you want to find a way to get rid of stress or alleviate stress, you need to first calm down. And one of the ways to calm down then is to probably take a lot of non-aggressive exercise. Non-aggressive exercise will lead you to burning off the adrenaline, endorphins, and cortisol. Once you start to feel relaxed, then it's important for you to imagine yourself in a position that's better. Then it's important for you to start casting your mind out and thinking about what it is that you can do. Look, if these methods do not work for you, what I would suggest is that you actually need to go out and talk to someone. And human beings get on very well when we communicate with each other. And by expressing how we're feeling to someone else, it often lightens the load. A problem shared is a problem halved in that we share it. And so if you share your problems with someone else, you can have your problem. Try those things and see how they work for you. In the meantime, remember, worry leads to anxiety. Anxiety can lead to being stressed. So if you take a look at where you are right now, be careful about what's worrying you. Try and find out and strategize methodologies so you relieve worry. Worry is transient and is only there for a short time. Acute and critical stress, when you blow up all at once and you feel very stressed out, may be a sign that anxiety levels are high. Anxiety is when you constantly worry about something. So be careful about the positioning of your stress and be careful about what you're doing for it. Remember, the whole idea in life is to remember that you need to taste the chocolate that you're enjoying. You need to enjoy the life around you. You need to see how much you can get out of it. You need to project your mind towards a goal and make sure that you're not just reacting. Reactiveness is a product of a brain that stopped developing a long time ago. So try and think your way through it. Look, I hope that'll help those people who are feeling stressed. My name is Ronald Hughes. This is How to Eat Chocolate. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Bye now.